Hi there, and welcome to the Still Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Fortune Fowle, and if you're new here, welcome to a space that's all about progression, not perfection. The fact that we are becoming people, which means we have not arrived at who we're meant to be yet, but we're just getting to our destination. And so I invite you into this space and happy Still Learning Monday. If I'm being honest with you guys, I'm a little bit irritated right now because this is my maybe fourth time attempting to record today's conversation from my recording and not loading, from difficulties with device settings. Guys, it definitely almost made me want to give up today and make me be like, I'm not doing this, but I really am just reminded I need to show up for you guys. I need to be here. I need to be present. And present doesn't always mean showing up perfect, right? So we are going to be here. We're going to be recording, okay? And just pray everything goes smoothly. But other than that, guys, if you're watching this on video, as you can tell, I'm a bit more glammed up than I usually would be. And if you're not, if you're an audio listener, head over to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and take a look at all of this, because can I say that the makeup is tea? It's eating today. Yes, it is eating. And I am someone who absolutely loves makeup and doing their makeup. And for me, some people, I definitely think there can be a misconception that if you wear makeup, it's because you feel insecure or not secure within your natural state. And I am very much secure in my natural state. I think I'm beautiful with or without makeup. I think makeup just enhances what's already there personally for me, but also for me, in terms of makeup, it's always been a sense of creativity and expression for me. I mean, this is soft glam, but I'm telling you guys, when I first started off doing makeup, my mom would call it masquerade, because I would literally do the craziest designs on my face. My first 2 years of college, that was really what I was known for. Butterflies being on my face is normal. It was completely the norm. Just doing creative looks, it's something that I absolutely love to do, and it also grounds me in a way when I'm feeling anxious about something. Just doing my makeup really calms me and eases me. And so makeup is also something that's very therapeutic to me. And I actually used to have this little segment that I did on TikTok, which is no longer up, but I would do my makeup and I would literally just talk about what I'm learning, what's currently going on in life, what I'm doing here, just add makeup into the mix. And honestly, I would love to bring that back, but as a segment here on Still Learning, I'm constantly just thinking of new ways and new ideas of just how I want to be able to interact with you guys and grow this community further. And I definitely think that would be a fun way, a creative way, but also just for all my makeup lovers like me, a great makeup sit and chat just does something for the soul. And so if you guys would be interested in me doing something like that, please comment down below, because I would really love to kind of bring back makeup therapy, and I would love to bring that back here on Still Learning, and we just discuss what's currently going on in life, what we're learning, while also learning how to have an amazing beat on our face and completely kill the look. And so please comment down below if you guys would like to see me start incorporating that and bringing that here onto the platform. I would literally love to do that, and I think it'd just be really fun. And so with that being said, and even talking about makeup and how it can be a misconception that makeup is an attempt for people to cover up insecurities, as I stated, makeup has never been a thing for me of covering up my insecurities. It's honestly been something where if I start feeling insecure about my natural looks, I purposely won't put on makeup, because I'm no, this is how I look. I need to accept it. Sometimes you just get tired of your face. You just get tired of looking at your face. It's not that you've become less attractive. It's just you just get tired of looking at your face and you're just so used to it. And so when I have those moments, I am even more so intentional about not wearing makeup, because I don't want to become dependent upon it on that way. I really want to keep it as this thing that's a choice for me, as something that I do as a way to express myself and creativity, something that makes me feel good and look good. So it's definitely never been this source of insecurity. But in saying that, I definitely think that this week I have unraveled an insecurity of mine. And it's definitely an unexpected insecurity. I think it's an insecurity we typically tie to people who are older or people who are more mature in life, more experienced in life. And that insecurity is my age. And honestly, what prompted me to be able to even recognize that is I was reflecting with God on just that. Like, I was just reflecting with God. I was journaling, and I just having an honest conversation with the Lord of just like, I feel like you're expecting and you're planning these great and amazing things for me in this next phase of my life. And I definitely feel like you're building me and you're molding me and you're preparing me. But I don't feel good enough because I feel like I'm too young to be able to step into the things you're calling me to step into. I just feel like I'm too young. I don't feel I'm capable. I feel like my age is a limitation for me to be able to fulfill the plans and purpose you have for me. I feel like I can't align myself with your will for my life because I'm too young. And in me saying that, I realize how much I actually say I'm too young to do anything. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm too young to take on that career. I'm too young to pursue that kind of a relationship. I'm too young for this. I'm too young for that. And I didn't realize how much I use my age as an excuse not to do the things that God has called me to do, or I've allowed my age to be something that causes me to be anxious to do the things that God has called me to do. I don't think I realized before how much I tied milestones in life or the ability to accomplish something to an age. Like the ability to buy a house, like tying that to a specific age number, like 25 or 30. And so it's like, oh, I'm not at that age, so I wouldn't be able to buy a house now. I'm so young. Like things like that. I ended up making my age a limitation upon myself for what I can and cannot do, and not understanding that that was actually hindering me from walking in what God has called me to do. I definitely think that I got lost in that, and I try not to compare myself because I think about how there are other people my age who have businesses, who are married, who have children, and I definitely think that there is a time and season for everyone. Everyone has a time in their own season, but I think for me, I specifically unknowingly to myself had a timeline for when I can accomplish things, and when I'm at that age to accomplish that milestone and I didn't accomplish it, I feel like a failure. Or if that milestone comes earlier than I expected, then I feel very unprepared and anxious about it because I'm like, am I ready? Like, I feel too young. I feel too young. I feel too young. And again, using my age as an excuse as to why I can't do something. And God really had to help me work that out and understand that my age is not a limitation to me. And honestly, He was like, let me help you frame it this way. What if your age isn't a limitation to you, but what if it's an asset to you? And I asked God, how could me being 22, how can me being the age that I'm at be an asset to me? And I'm sure there are assets to it. But in that moment, after I'm just coming off this realization that, oh, I was viewing it negatively, how can I view it so positively? And He helps me understand that I am at such a precious stage in life. Like your 20s are the years where you don't need to have it figured out, where you don't need to know what's next. And though it feels like it, because like all of a sudden now you're an adult and you have all these adult responsibilities, you have these bills and you have a career, and you're like, what is life? Since when did this happen? You are at such an age that's a gift for you are able to go through transitions in life where you can't be flexible. We're building and rebuilding and building and rebuilding, and starting over doesn't feel so impossible or as daunting as it would have been if you were older. You are at a stage in life where you are growing and you are just in a place of discovery, and you are able to create space for curiosity to thrive and learn so much more about yourself and what you want out of life. Like, You don't need to know everything out of life just yet. You are every day walking that out and figuring that out. Like, it's okay to be figuring it out, and there isn't this expectation for you to know it all, because you are young. I won't deny that you are young. You are in your days of your youth, but your days of your youth don't limit you from being able to experience all that life has to offer. There is no timeline on when you can reach a goal or when you can accomplish something. There is no age limit. The only limit that age can have on you is what you put on yourself. And so when I sat with that and was really like, okay, like this is an asset for me. I used to think that I was going to go straight to school after I was done and go ahead and get my master's. And now I'm working, and I'm like, I'm going to go back to school, but at this point I don't even know when, and I don't even know what I'm going to go back to school for. I'm at a point in time where I didn't think that at such a young age, like I knew that I would be out and about, like living on my own after college, but in the way that I'm living on my own after college truly is a blessing. To live in the kind of apartment in the area that I do, like fully not expecting that. Like, I definitely thought I needed a couple more years before I even got to this stage in my life, or being able to have the career that I have. Like, to be like, it still blows my mind sometimes that I'm like, I'm 22 and I'm somebody's nurse. Like, somebody's life is in my hand. I feel too young for this, but yet here I am every single day showing up for my shift and doing just that, taking care of them, like advocating for them. And it's not, and my age has nothing to do with it. Like, I literally have prepared for this, studied for this, trained for this. Like, my age has nothing to do with it, or my capability or ability to be able to show up and do my best and really honor where I'm at in life right now and fulfill this purpose and steward where I'm at well. Like, my age has nothing to do with it. And me identifying this insecurity and starting to work it out, I had to go ahead and read Jeremiah chapter 1, because I felt like I was experiencing early Jeremiah day syndrome. And if you know anything about Jeremiah chapter 1, it's when God goes to Jeremiah and he's like, I'm calling you to be a prophet to the nations and to go speak to them and to tell them my word. And Jeremiah is to God, I'm too young. He's like, you have to have the wrong person, Lord. Like, I am nowhere near experienced. Like, you want me to go and speak to people who have more experience than me, who are older than me, more mature than me, more wise than me, who can probably be my parents or grandparents. You think they're going to respect me? You think they're going to want to listen to me? You think I have anything to say? And God is like, do not fear. I am with you. I will give you the words to speak. Actually, I know your age. Like, and that is something that really I came to understand, is that God knew Jeremiah's age. He knew how young he was. It did not stop God from going to Jeremiah and be like, this is the plan and purpose I have for your life, and this is what I've called you to fulfill. Do not worry, because I'm with you. Your age is not a hindrance to you, it's actually an asset. Because you're right, you are young. But if I wanted someone to do this, I could have gone for someone who's older. I have. When we think about Abraham, when we think about Moses, they were older when they were fulfilling their walk out with Christ and the Lord and doing the plans of God. Like, they were older than Jeremiah was, but that didn't mean anything. Like, age truly does not impact your purpose. It doesn't stop you or limit you from being able to fulfill the things God has for your life. In fact, the Lord knows the age you are, and he's still going to call you. The Lord knows the age you are, and he's still going to fulfill his promises. It does not stop him. It actually just aids in what he's doing in your life already. And so Jeremiah's like, I'm too young. And God is like, no, you're at the right age. This is exactly the age I wanted you to do this. This is exactly the age and the time that I've set apart for you to do this. You're ready. You're ready, Jeremiah. I mean, you don't need to wait another 5-10 years. You're ready right now. How many of us are waiting another 5, 10, 15, 20 years before we start doing something because we don't think we're of age yet? That we haven't gotten to that point yet to be able to fulfill a milestone when you're actually ready right then and there. It makes me think about when people go through puberty, and we say that people who go through puberty later in life, they're late bloomers. They're called late bloomers. But puberty is a biological thing. And so What we call late, the body is saying, now you're ready. Now you're ready. Some people, it happens earlier, but that's their body saying, now you're ready. Now you're ready to be able to enter this next phase in your life. And it wasn't contingent upon when someone else said you are ready, or it wasn't contingent upon a specific age you had to turn. You didn't have to be 13 or 14 or 15. Like, it is a variety of age ranges. Yes, we can have a specific age range. Certain things happen that are common, but there's also those uncommonalities. There's also those processes where it happens outside of that determined age group. And that doesn't mean you're late, and also doesn't mean you're early, but what if that possibly means you're right on time for you? You're ready now. At this age that you're at now, whether young, whether old, whether middle age, it doesn't matter. Right now, you are ready. So right now is for you. Don't let your age be something that hinders you from doing it. Your age isn't the hindrance. Your age is the asset. Like, Jeremiah had to be that young. God actually wanted to use Jeremiah's youthfulness to his benefit, to aid in the plan and purpose that God had for him. He's like, this is an aid to you. This isn't something that's against you, but it's working for you. Someone of your youth, of your caliber, they've never seen someone like this. I want someone your age to be the one going out and professing and proclaiming my name and my word, so that there be many more people who will come after you your age, and they will know they can do it too. It's the same way that people can have hope in having a child in their later years because of what God did for Abraham and Sarah. So us who are young can have hope in God's plans being fulfilled in our lives, and us being able to rise up to the standard He's called us to rise up to in our youth, because we saw it happen with Jeremiah. And we see it happen with the disciples. And then we even see it happen with Jesus. When Jesus died and rose again and brought salvation to the world, he was 33 years old. And by today's standards, by the world standards, we'd be like, he was young. That was a young whippersnapper. Yet he literally died, rose again, and brought salvation into the world at 33 years old. Now, how many of us can say we're doing that? Not many. Not many of us can say that we were saving the world at 33 years old. We would be like, that's so young. But Jesus wasn't thinking, oh, I'm too young to carry out this ministry. I'm too young to fall into the will of the Father. Like, Jesus was like, this is the time and season that God has prepared. It actually doesn't matter what age I am, it's going to happen. So whether it was 33 or 40 or 20, it was still going to happen the way that God declared it, because clearly at that time he was ready. Clearly that was the time it was meant to be. So actually, that age, right then and there, that God is calling you to build that business and to start that career, or change careers, or go into that relationship, have that marriage, whatever age that may be, that is the age you should be. That is the age that God has declared is the right time, not the time that you had for yourself. And I think that's what was really getting in my head, because I had all this pressure on myself for a specific age. I was like, no, I need to be the specific age, because by the time I reach this age, then I have all these other things fulfilled and accomplished. I have enough money away in my savings. I have enough experience in my career. Like, by the time I reach this age, by the time I reach this age, by the time I reach this age. But what if when you reach that age, you haven't made it? Or what if you reach it earlier than that age? And so you're gonna stop yourself. You're gonna be holding yourself back until you reach an age. Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. I was like, I have to stop making my age an excuse for me not to do things, but actually embrace my age and the privilege it is that I'm able to do things at my age. Like, the fact that I'm able to travel and have the career that I do and live the way that I do at my age, what a blessing. What an honor. I definitely do not take it for granted. And though it is not something I expected until later in my 20s in my life, like, it genuinely is so insane to me what I've been able to accomplish so far, and how much more I'm going to be able to accomplish, and things that I thought weren't going to happen until like 10 years from now are now happening for me. And so I can imagine what things look like 10 years from now and 20 years from now, and what I'm experiencing and what I'm able to embrace. But it first starts with me recognizing that my age isn't something that limits me. It's an asset unto me. And it first starts with me stop trying to put an age limit on everything. Like, age is just a number, not in all contexts. And you guys know the context that I'm talking about, where age is definitely not just a number, but age in relation to your ability to do things and fulfill purpose and to achieve certain accomplishments in life. Like, you don't have to wait until you're 30 to buy that house. Like, you don't. You actually don't. There's people fully my age who have bought homes, who have started families, and that was within their time. And that, like, we would be like, oh, they're too young. No, maybe they weren't too young. Maybe it's just their time. It is just their time. Whatever age that happens to fall upon. And so for me, I have to realize I can't keep limiting myself. Like, I got to stop putting an age limit on my career. I got to stop putting an age limit on my relationships and friendships. I got to stop putting an age limit on terms of financial success and when I can reach financial goals. Like, I got to stop putting an age limit in it. It's good to have like a set amount of years, or it's good to have like time that you want to give yourself to prepare or to build to that goal. But if it happens earlier, if you reach that milestone earlier, don't allow it to cause panic within you. Don't allow that to cause you to be like, oh my gosh, like this is way sooner. Am I unprepared? Am I ready? And also don't allow it to cause panic within you if it happens after that time. If it takes a bit more longer, give yourself more grace, give yourself more patience, more understanding in that sense. Like, it's okay. It's okay if it comes earlier, if it comes later, because actually what's happening is it's just happening on the time that you're meant to receive it. It's happening when you're ready. You have to think of it that way. Like, I'm receiving this in a time where I'm ready. And so until then, I'm going to be preparing, I'm going to be stewarding, and every single thing that I'm allowing to be a limitation in my life, age is one of those things for me. But I'm sure there's other ways that I'm limiting myself, and I want to push myself to identify those so they're no longer limitations to me, but assets to me. I don't want to limit myself because it's prohibiting me from fully being confident in what God has for me next, from fully trusting in Him. Like, it is preventing me from fully trusting in Him because I'm second guessing His choice. I am. That's what happened with Jeremiah. He was second guessing God's choice in him. He's like, God, you sure you have the wrong person? You don't want somebody older? You sure? As if God did not take that into consideration. As if He doesn't know your age. He doesn't know your background. He doesn't know your struggles. He doesn't know your strengths, your weaknesses. As if He doesn't know the community that you're around. As if He does not know every single micro detail about your life, even the details that you were unaware of. And so I can't, I guess what I'm trying to say is life honestly has enough limitations and enough hurdles and obstacles that we have to overcome ourselves nonetheless. Like, it has enough for us. Why add on to it? What are the limitations I'm adding on to myself? Age was one of them. So how do I remove that limitation off of me so it's no longer a barrier to me? And I encourage us to do the same. If you are like me and you are someone who finds yourself constantly saying, I'm too young or I'm too old for that, let's take a moment to reevaluate where that statement is actually rooted in. Do you have these high expectations for yourself or certain milestones within yourself that are rooted in your own plans and your own goals on what you think your life should be and not what God has called your life to be or where He's calling it to be at? Taking that time to really reevaluate and reassess. Is it coming from a place of fear? Is it coming from a place of not feeling like you're ready or you will never be ready? And are those the ways you're limiting yourself? I really want us to take that time to assess the ways that maybe we have put age limits on ourselves. And if that is you, like, we're in this together, we're figuring this out together. And if that's not you, recognize other limitations that you may be putting on yourself that are preventing you from fully feeling like you can trust in God's choice for your life and trust in where He's placed you and where He's guiding you. Because trust me, when it's His timing, it's perfect timing. So that means you're ready. It doesn't matter what age you are at. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life. If God says you're ready, you are ready. So just trust that, lean into that, and seek to grow from that place. We are in such a amazing time in our lives where we get to grow and rebuild. And honestly, that is a part of life, this growing, rebuilding, starting over, the transitions, transformation. Like, it's all a part of life. It's beautiful. So don't be so afraid of those things, and just embrace them all the more, and try to understand the ways that you are limiting yourself from doing just that. And so I would actually love to hear from you guys down in the comments below, ways that you have allowed age to be an excuse for you to do things. And once you have identified that thing that you have used age as an excuse to not do something, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it, and realize that your age is not a limitation to you, but an asset. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed today's conversation, and I will see you next week for another episode of Still Learning. Bye.